Oh, all right, man. Y'all already know what time it is. While y'all clicked on the video, we got the newest episode of an EaZy review. But before we get into the EaZy review, I need y'all to do the same thing I ask y'all every time. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed, and turn on that notification bell. That way y'all know when it's time to rock out every single time I drop. All right, now with that being said, let's just get straight into this episode of Power, because this episode of Power was probably, I'd say, the best episode we've had this season. Probably by a rather large margin. I feel like we finally got some type of actual progress in the shit that's been going on. So let's get straight into it. So as we know in the last episode, Theo, which is David's brother, he wasn't really happy at the fact that Davis got him out of jail, right? And he basically said, like, you know what I'm saying, leave me alone, blah, 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 blah. So at the beginning of this episode starts off with Davis. He's drunk. And he's talking to Saxe, and he's pretty much just sad at the fact that he feel like he did all this and his brother's in jail, and his brother got in jail, and now he don't want nothing to do with him, right? And so during that conversation, Davis gets a phone call, and it's from Monet, because obviously we know Diana got arrested last episode. So she's calling him and is like, hey, you need to get down here to the precinct. They got Diana, blah, 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 blah. Well, Davis is what? He's drunk. Okay, so you really, like, I mean, is your lawyer really trying to pull up drunk? So Saxe says, I'll go for you. So now Saxe is about to go, quote unquote, represent Diana. Now, during that conversation, Davis also gets, well, it wasn't during the conversation. If I'm not mistaken, Saxe had just walked off, and Davis gets a text from Tyreek, and it says, we need to talk ASAP. So we already know what that's about. He finna give Davis the fucking scoop on Saxe, but he just sent Saxe to go save Diana. So you already, the episode start off with, okay, this is at stake, boom. This is how we get it started. So Tyreek and Davis end up meeting probably about an hour later, no later than an hour later, and that's when Tyreek drops the bomb on his ass that Saxe is the fucking CI, and they have a RICO case pending on all their asses, right? So then that's when Davis realized, oh shit, I just sent Saxe to go represent Diana, Tejada. But Saxe is the CI. So if Diana tells Saxe anything, they're going straight to the feds, right? So they're just building on what happened at the beginning of the episode, and I'm like, okay, now this is what I'm talking about, Power. This is what the fuck I want to see. Let me see some shit. Let me see some progression on the shit that I really want to see. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, we know more than 10 minutes in. I'm like, okay, I see what type of episode that we finna get into. Davis was pissed when Tyreek told him. Davis was fucking pissed. He went straight for his pistol. I'm like, oh, Davis, you done that nigga told Tyreek, get the fuck out of my way. I was like, okay, yeah. Davis, he in that mode, you understand what I'm saying? You can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a nigga, you understand what I'm saying? So, he went straight for his safe, grabbed the pistol. He was gonna go lay Saxe ass the fuck down, but Tyreek calmed him down like, hey, listen, he can't know. You know what I'm saying? So Davis goes straight to the precinct, but he has to play like what? Like he does not know that Saxe is a CI and Saxe is trying to play both sides of the fence. Mind you, this is not the simplest task for Davis, considering the fact that Davis is halfway fucking drunk. Okay, so you feel me? His emotions already running pretty high. So then we get to this scene where Monet is kind of worried about Diana flipping or whatever, because she tries to say, like, you know, I treated Diana bad when Zeke, when everything happened to Zeke, but you know, she got to understand that She really, I don't think Di gonna flip on her, but she really ain't got to understand shit, bitch. You was just a bad mama. That's the beginning and the end of that story. You understand? So now you understand that there's consequences for being a fucked up person, and now you nervous that your daughter gonna snitch on you. So I don't feel bad for Monet. I feel bad for Diana, but I don't feel bad for Monet. I think Monet is the worst mother I've ever seen in all of television. So that's that. So then Tyreek gets to the Tejada's crib, and he basically just tells them that, hey, a RICO coming down on all of us. That's just pretty much the moral of what he said. He just lets them know that this is what the fuck is going on. So then we see Diana inside the precinct, and she's trying to hold shit down. She ain't said nothing. Her response has been pretty good. But Jenny and Rodriguez, they on her ass like fucking white on rice. Like they dead ass serious. Dead ass serious about trying to get to what they want to get to. Dead ass. Like booty in the graveyard. Dead ass. You understand? So, yeah. I mean, this is not necessarily ideal for the Tejadas or Monet. So somebody need to get there quick, but it really shouldn't be Saxe, honestly. So then we get to the scene with Kane and Effie, and obviously, like, this is a long time coming. We all knew what they was finna get down with, you understand? But Power don't play, boy. Power gonna give you a new love interest the next episode, man. As soon as you break up with that last person, you gonna be fucking somebody new by the next episode. That's just the Power universe. If you're not getting no ass in the Power universe, something wrong, honestly. I'm gonna be real. I would hate to be like, imagine getting a role for Power and you the only nigga with no fine girl or something like that. Like, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. So Davis gets to the precinct finally and he sees Saxe talking to Jenny, right? So when he hits the corner, Saxe tries to play it all. You know, I was telling her she can't investigate. You understand? So they go in and Diana, it's Saxe, and it's Davis, right? And Davis is trying to stop Diana from saying anything to Saxe without telling Saxe that he knows that he's a CI. You know, so every time Diana's about to say something, Davis would do something like the last thing Davis did. I think he had some coffee or some shit and knocked it over. You feel me? And he slid on some slick shit, a little note and said, tell Saxe it's Effie or something like that. So basically Davis is saying like, we're about to flip the script. We're going to pin this shit on Effie. And we're going to find out, you know, Saxe shit is going to blow up in his face. So then we get to the scene where Tariq is finally telling Brayden about the Rico. And I started laughing about this shit. I do like Power because I like how they incorporate like real world current shit. That nigga said Rico, like YSL Rico? Which is funny because that's like the way I remember. That's how like most people that's like in the younger generation, that's probably their first introduction to a fucking Rico charge. You know what I'm saying? For most young niggas. So we're introduced, I don't know if we're necessarily introduced to it or if we've been knew it, but I know for a fact I just now really realized the danger with the Westons being a Ponzi scheme. We find out that we don't find this out, but like I said, I realized that Monet's money is in there, which means if it's a Ponzi scheme, she can't get her shit. And Tariq's trust fund money is in there, which means that he also can't get his shit. And RSJ's investment is also in there. So everybody's just fucking losing money fucking with the Westons, basically. And that's something that I don't know. I'm pretty sure they probably kind of like mentioned that in the previous episodes, but for me, it just clicked up here in this current episode. So then we get to the scene with Diana and Saxe, right? And obviously remember when Davis was telling her to pin it on Effie. And I gotta say, boy, hey, they don't give Diana enough credit, but she know how to finesse some shit. She know how to finesse some shit. She know how to talk, right? So she's like, you know, I don't know if I could trust Davis. I think Davis might really be looking out for my mom and da-da-da-da. Like, she really worked her ones and twos. I was like, I know that's my girl, right? That's my baby. That's my baby girl. Now, let's have real dialogue about this shit. Monet gotta be the worst fucking mother of all fucking time, bro. How? So they got Diana out, right? Diana says, I want out of this. I want to go to Spelman. I want to start a new life. You feel me? So basically her daughter comes and says, I don't want to be a criminal. I want to go to college and I want to live a non-criminal life. You know what Monet say? She say something like, I'll slap the shit out you or something. You gonna really Mary J? You gonna slap Mary J? I'm gonna delete all your music out my motherfucking phone, Mary J. You understand? Why the hell you gonna slap your daughter for wanting to go to college, bro? And that's why we need Monet gone next. I need Mary J to get blitzed, man. I need it. I'm sorry, that make it sound like her real life. No, love Mary J in real life. I need Monet to get blitzed. That's what I need. So once Diana says Effie name, Saxe immediately goes to Jenny and Rodriguez, right? And long story short, if they were to bust Effie, that means, in other words, Saxe cover will be blown. So everything shit is gonna start moving very, very fast if they're gonna utilize this information, and Saxe does want them to utilize the information. So Tariq tells RSJ that the Westons is a Ponzi scheme, and basically asked RSJ like, "Hey man, the hell you gonna do about this? You feel me? Like, cause this is your bread. It's our, we all losing in this shit. So we all need to figure out what the fuck to do." Basically, was the moral of the story that he went with RSJ with. So then we get to the scene with Effie again, and you see somebody taking pictures of Effie or whatever, and you like, oh shit, boy, they on Effie ass, right? So they see, you see like Effie taking like the little coffee cups and shit and putting it in the car, woody woody woo. Then the feds come bust her. I'm like, oh, it's over with for you, little Effie. And long story short, they played that shit was sugar and not cocaine, right? But Effie didn't know. See, I forgot to mention earlier, see, Kane and Effie, when they was, you know what I'm saying, bumping and grinding, Tariq had stopped by and said, I got a new job for you. I still need to make money. You need to make money. Da, da, da. I still got part of the move. You need to make money. Da, 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 da. So really, Tariq and Monet set this up, right? They knew the feds was going to be on her ass. And they knew that it'd throw them off if they, quote unquote, caught her, but when they went and checked the shit, it was sugar. It wasn't cocaine, right? But Effie didn't know. Effie didn't know this at all. So at first I was like, ooh, I didn't really peep it was part of the plot at first. I thought she was just caught red-handed until we got that scene where they was all at the Sahada's house and Effie walks in and Tariq walks in and she was like, you know, he was like, you know, we had to do what we had to do, et cetera, et cetera. Effie was like, I understand. I would have did all that shit to y'all, whatever, you know, whatever fuck Effie be on. And then Kane walks out behind her. I guess that's his new bugaboo. I guess, right? Sloppy seconds once again. You always come in second place to Tariq for whatever reason. But you know how you get down, Kane. So then we get to see. I feel bad for Drew, man. Drew is unraveling right in front of all of our fucking faces. And it all started off with the dad dying, which it wasn't much dialogue about the dad being dead in this episode, which I don't know if I really like, considering the fact that he just died. That still needs to be something that's like, that needs to be a thorough part of conversation throughout the following episodes. Like, nigga, that's her dad. Like, nobody, like, you know, let's keep that acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he sees Everett, which is the basketball player that was his boyfriend, on TV, and you know, I guess the nigga comes out as gay, and then he has a white boyfriend with him, and Everett, I mean not Everett, but Drew loses his mind. All you hear this nigga say, "Fuck." Right? And then Kane come to the room, he looking like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, he see it, he like, bruh. So Drew says, I'm leaving, nigga, and I'm going to get drunk until I can't drink no more. Drew done had it rough. His old boyfriend in the NBA and came out gay to everybody. The nigga you really like is killed their daddy and he had to kill him, like, shit, and now his daddy dead. Like, Drew done had a rough ass, you understand, rough ass batch of time that niggas ain't really talking about. Drew dealing with the legal shit and his love life, so he got a lot going on. So Drew ends up going to the bar, and Everett and his boyfriend is also at the bar. And Everett comes in, like, kind of talk or whatever, and Drew just kind of like, everything just kind of explodes, right? And you know, this is the day and age we live in real life, bro. They record everything, like, especially if you're in public. You going off in public, somebody recording your crazy. Like, they don't know what you're going through. They don't know the specifics of what you're going through. All they see is this person going crazy at the bar. You know what I mean? So to them, it's just like a drunk nigga tripping. But the problem was, in the video, they recorded the part where he was talking about this person that he was messing with, and now that they're now gone, right? And we all know that's the Castillos. He's part of the Castillos. And they asked Drew early in the episode, had they seen him? And Drew said, what? No, I haven't. And now in this video that then went viral because he's drunk, reveals that, oh no, nigga, you do know something. We don't know exactly what you know, but you do know something. And you hear them say that we're going to have to go pay Drew a visit. So they're going to see what Drew's talking about. I'm pretty sure that's coming next episode. Boy, I hope Drew don't die. Boy, I hope Drew don't die, man. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. But I think that this is when shit is going to come out about Monet, though. Because you got to think, they're going to come talk to Drew about where the fuck is he, and then they're gonna say, well, he killed my dad, and then they're gonna say, oh yeah, Monet came to talk to the mama about killing Lorenzo. So I think that's how all of that's gonna end up playing out. I think that's how it's gonna hit the fan for that situation. So Jenny has a conversation with Saxe, and you know, the shit that the drop that he gave her ended up being sugar, not cocaine. So you know, she came and was like, I feel like you trying to play me, da 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 da. And finally, for real, Saxe kind of went off on her and like really stood his ground and was like, you know what, bitch, I'm done with your ass. And she said, fuck you. That nigga said never again. And walked out. Deuces, holla, shouted. And I think she said, if I'm not mistaken, she stopped protecting him. So like, I don't think he has like no witness, no actual protection no more. Like she dropped that or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I understood that correctly. We also get this little bit of information about Tate accepting a campaign donation from the Westons, which the lady that he's I guess is like his future wife or whatever has strongly advised him against. And we also know the Westons are full of shit due to our knowledge about them with Tyreek and Braid and all of them. So basically, she told him you shouldn't have did that shit, and he like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I understand what I'm saying. Tell you one of my favorite characters I love when this nigga talks, bro. I don't know what it is. I just fuck with Tate. But we know that he took some of the West's money. I'm interested to see how that storyline develops. So due to them having sugar there, that lets Saxe know that, they know who I am. So So Saxe tries to call Tyreek and says, hey, I know where Yaz and your mom is, and if I'm dead, you'll never find them. So tell him to tell your dogs to fall back. As soon as he say that, he's already in the car, and who is it in the back seat? Theo, which is David's brother, with a strap to his head, right? So now you're like, oh shit. So now the DEA, we get another scene, and you got Kane and Effie once again. They bumping and grinding, and somebody knocks on the door. And I think they tried to sound like a custodian or something like that. Well, it indeed was not a custodian. She opened that door and boom, it was the DEA on her ass, right? So the DEA tells her like, you're arrested, Kane's in there, and she tell Rodriguez, tell his ass, you better shut the fuck up if I bring your ass too. He shut his ass and run up and threw away the key. So they go downstairs, they go outside or whatever, and they're walking to the car, and this shit made me laugh, bro. She walking. She's like, you're not arrested for drugs or whatever. You're arrested for attempted murder. And then Lauren rolled that window down like Snoop did in Baby Boy. That shit had me wiggling. Rolled that window down right on his head like, yeah, that's the bitch that got me. I know Effie heart sank to the bottom of her ass when she seen that. Even Kane seen it. He was like, oh shit. And what'd he do? He ran away, right? So I'm pretty sure Effie finna, she going to jail for a cool little minute. I wonder if that's finna be the end of Effie. Is this the end of Effie's character on Power, y'all? What y'all think? But last but certainly not least. So we finally get to this last scene of the episode, and Tyreek is talking to Davis, and long story short, they kind of figure out where the fuck Theo is, and they figure out where the hell Saxe is, right? So they go. They get to like this pier or whatever, and you have Davis, you have Theo, and you have Tyreek with Davis, and you have Theo holding a gun to Saxe, right? And basically, Theo's whole point is like, I'm already about to die. I only got a month left with the cancer. I did all this jail time so that you don't go back to jail. So I'm about to make sure that you don't go back to jail by killing this nigga, and that'll end this whole situation, right? But they need Saxe to be alive, Tyreek and Davis. They need them to be alive because this situation's about to get a whole lot worse without the nigga, right? And I'll be honest with you, I kind of wish that Saxe died to the hands of a character that we've been like we really know. Like I wouldn't mind Tyreek. I wanted somebody like I really would have rather a non-side character to kill a character like Saxe. Like you gotta think Saxe has been around for a long ass time for a side character to kind of kill him. You feel me? Nonetheless, though, the scene was still a really good scene. I think Method Man acted his ass off on that scene. And then, so Theo kills Saxe, and then he shoots and kills himself. And that was that for that episode. There's a lot of shit that happened. Interested to see how that storyline, how all of those storylines continue to develop, and how they'll eventually, I know they gotta eventually merge, man. I do wish it didn't take so long in the season for us to get all of this, but nonetheless, the episode was real good. And we'll be back. I'm about to just start dropping shit on y'all ass. I appreciate the support that y'all been giving. I'll definitely be back next week with another power review, but y'all will be getting a couple different videos next week. I hope y'all stay tuned for that. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And like I said, y'all already know what I'm finna say. I'm out.